Ladies and gentlemen, Foals. Welcome back to San Diego.
It's good to be back. Thanks for
having us. I
having
understand you're moving here now, yeah?
Sure, yeah.
Weather much better than... are you all still living in Oxford, or where are you living now?
He's still in Oxford.
Yeah, I'm the only one left.
Yeah,
Really?
One of us, the other guitar players in Germany, and the rest of us in London, bruv.
London, brav. That's right. San Diego loves you guys.
We like it here a lot. We played some awesome... I think the last show we played here, I remember it being one of our favourites ever in the States.
House of Blues, downtown, yeah?
Yeah, that was it, and it was bonkers.
It was bonkers. I remember looking at it thinking, like, this is unbelievable, because not only do people know all the words to every song, but they had dance moves. Do you remember any of those? People were just going...
I just remember it was just, like, pretty... Yeah, it was feral.
Right.
Yeah, it was great.
Feral.
Yeah.
Not fairy peril, but feral.
Feral.
yeah.
Did you realize that a month and 3 days ago was the 40th anniversary of the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald? Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me
I thought
that.
I would bring it up
There you
because
go.
I understand before you decided on Foals, that was previous. Now, why that name originally? Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yeah, I'd read. My grandmother used to have a bunch of old National Geographics, and I was bored on my summer holiday one time, and basically there was an article about it, and it just haunted me because there was a description of how like all the sailors were there, like, and they found, it just stuck with me. And then, so that was the band that me and Jack, the drummer, were in before we met.
Right.
This charming man.
Before you met this lot.
Yeah, before we met the rest of them.
So the other is going to bring this up because there's a musical connection to that too. The Mariners Church that's in downtown Detroit. That's where Patti Smith and Fred Smith from the MC5 / Patti Smith got married in that church, because that's where they did all the services. And I didn't know if you were you taking the, I don't want to say like the Patti Smith. Are you a Patti Smith fan at all?
Yeah, I like Patti Smith. I wouldn't say that I'm I like her.
But you didn't know
I'm not
that's
getting the reference.
Yeah.
Well,
no, but that's where when they did the services, they did it there because they couldn't do it in the middle of the lake because it's a million miles away from everything.
Yeah.
So that's what he sings at the end of the song. Have you've heard the song?
I know,
yes?
Yeah, it's Gordon Lightfoot, right?
Yeah, Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah.
At the end of the song, he talks about the Maritime Sailors Cathedral.
Okay, cool.
And that's where Patti Smith got married. So in the future,
we'll check it out when we're going back to Detroit.
Yeah,
I reckon, so.
It's right where you playing. Do you know?
I'm not sure.
Not sure. Yeah.
No.
Well, wherever
TBA.
it is, take a wander down the street and go check that place out. It's very haunting.
Cool.
Thank
you.
So explain to me who came up with the concept of having the weirdest, unbelievable video on the planet, which just basically set everybody back like 100 years.
Which one was that? The Mountain at My Gates?
Yes, Mountain at My Gates is it's freaky, to say the least.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Who came up with this cockamamie idea and why?
So that was Nabil, who has been kind of sort of hanging out with us for a while, and did
late night video.
He did the late night video, and he kind of has been coming around with us when we've been in the States a little bit. And he turned up at the recording of the record and was just like, "Look, we're going to do this thing. It's going to be. No one else has done it really yet. I think Bjork had done something similar,
but it wasn't. It
wasn't at the time, but it wasn't kind of like a.
It wasn't interactive.
No, exactly.
No, so yeah, it was just like an opportunity.
So how does he come into the room and you're all like smoking, and he goes, "I've got this great idea." How does he? Did he show you an example of it?
No, but like we just trust him because he's kind of a genius, and he was just saying like, "Oh yeah, I've got this. I want to make this virtual reality video," and we wanted to do something that was like playful and light and progressive. We didn't want to make like a kind of normal band video, and because we teamed up with GoPro for it, we knew that there would be like infrastructure around it. So we were really happy with the way it turned out, and it was for us. It was a super easy shoot.
Really? So how many takes total?
We did we did 10 takes, so one in each area of the estate that we were in, which was in West London, and so we just set up one place, played the song, next one, and then you couldn't make any mistakes. That was the only thing, because they can't edit it in a conventional sense.
Right.
There's just people leaning out their flat windows in London, just watching us do this over and over again, thinking, "What are this lot doing here?" Because you can't explain at the time like how it's going to look at the end.
Right, because they're looking at you and you're just doing really
weird
things. So basically you had to do the same moves 10 times in a row.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
It's crazy, because I still to this day I'll go through and go like, how did they really do this? Because I know it's not real because it's virtual.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's it.
It's virtually real, but it's real, but it's like it was just very frightening.
Well, the whole thing was like the most crucial thing is that the camera in the center, which was taking all the footage around, like couldn't be touched at all, because if you move it like half a centimeter, that's it. All the shots lose. So there's kids going around with BMXs and dogs, and there's people guarding this camera like just don't even touch it. So it was a bit hairy, but it
pretty
worked.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Obviously, the set list is full of the chock-a-block hits. Yes, you're doing everything from from the old. I don't want to say the old.
What
it
hits?
sounds like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the songs that people will be singing along with at the top of their lungs.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I think we've done like it's like normally we play for a bit longer, but so I'm not sure if we've left anything out, but we feel like good. I think it's like there's no filler.
There's no filler.
It's
All killer.
blocker. Yeah.
No filler.
Yeah.
We hope.
What is the other song on the new record that people are singing back to you already? What's the one that people are?
What Went Down, probably.
Right.
The title song, the opening track of the album is like the moment that went up, and then we started playing some shows, particularly in we were mainly playing in UK and Europe, and like that we had a pretty instant reaction. It was more kind of aggressive than anything that we've put out, but also the reaction coming back from the crowd was one that we haven't seen before. It was like fight pits opening up, and
Pits.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I mean, it's really charming to watch.
That's good.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we should? I'll start with you first. Anything in Oxford that we should know that's coming out that we've missed that should be presented to the people in the States?
Oh! I wish I had a. I don't think so. That I can think of. So maybe you can help. I don't know. We've been out of the loop. We've been out of the loop.
Well, I know
it's
'cause
hard.
you've been busy, but is there like?
We've got like
your little brothers band. Is anybody that's
we've got some mates that there's a guy called Hudson Scott who is good. He's a boy from Oxford. We've played with him for years. He comes from the same scene as us, and he's started to gain quite a lot of attention. So Hudson Scott, I'd check him out. And there's another guy called Pet Moon, who actually used to be the singer in Foals, but in its nascent stage, and he makes music under Pat Moon, and he makes like this kind of proggy wig out stuff that's pretty badass.
Proggy wig out stuff.
Yeah.
You mean like the late '60s, early '70s proggy wig out stuff?
Yeah, like Aphrodite's Child meets, but there's like an R&B flavor to it, so it's like
not early Hawkwind-ish stuff.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Lemmy's first band.
Yeah, I know who they are.
Yeah, I just want to make your dad would know that.
Yeah, he might do. Although,
possibly not your dad. Yeah.
My dad's pretty out of touch himself.
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
Maybe he was on some good drugs back in those days. He just doesn't remember them all.
Yeah, that's true.
You never know. Foals, thank you very much for coming to San Diego, coming back to San Diego.
Pleasure.
Thanks for having us, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
91